The following brands have in one way or another contributed to this video.
Hey everyone, my name is Max and welcome to my channel. In my detailed video on this Harley Benton Fusion-II HSH, I told you about a couple of different mods I personally would do to this guitar, and in this video we'll try to make it even more versatile than it already is and implement 4 different mods, which will extend its tonal range from 9 to 37 different tones. Sounds insane, right? But that's totally possible. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I'll install a treble bleed circuit for the volume pot. You know, when you turn it down, high frequencies get attenuated a little bit, and the treble bleed should keep them intact. Step 2 is gonna be the one you guys ask me about a lot, and that's a 3-way switch for the coil split. Right now, when it's on, we've got outer coils, and a 3-way switch will give us an exclusive access to inner coils as well. The third mod is going to be a push-pull on the volume control, which will reverse the phase of the middle pickup, and that will give us some new out-of-phase combinations. And the final mod, which is probably going to be the most complex one, is another push-pull for the tone knob to enable serious wiring between pickups. Alone, this mod will bring us 3 new combinations, but together with other options like in-phase, out-of-phase switching and coil split, it will give us 18 new sounds. I have to tell you, all mods will require some soldering skills, so if you don't know what this is, maybe watch a tutorial or two and be very careful. But if you know what you're doing and are not afraid of soldering iron, let's get right to it. Okay, the treble bleed mod. There are several different versions of this one, but I will implement the so-called done conversion. It will work with any guitar, not necessarily Harley Benton Fusion-II. More than that, some guitars already come factory equipped with it, like Ibanez guitars for example. Other than a solder iron, for this mod you're gonna need 2 tiny parts, a 100K resistor and a 2.2 nanofarad capacitor. If you're gonna buy these parts at a music gear retailer, I have to tell you this is gonna be ridiculously overpriced. For example, here's the whole set at Sweetwater for $3, and here's just one capacitor at Tomon for €1.10, but actually you can get like hundreds of pieces for $2.29 or 200 capacitors for $6. There are, by the way, different types of capacitors and they don't look the same. For example, these are ceramic, these are 2, and these are film capacitors. They are slightly more expensive and I have one of those. For this mod, it doesn't matter which one you use as long as it has the right capacitance. As always, I'll give you some links below and I would appreciate if you check them even if you don't need this stuff, because that supports the channel. So here's the plan. All I need to do is to solder these 2 tiny parts, the resistor and the capacitor, to the volume pot, just like this. And I'll try to do that without removing the pot. See those 2 terminals there? This is where it has to go. Okay, that will do. Now I can put it together. Very good, let's check what it sounds like. Did you notice how it gradually gets warmer as I turn down the volume, just as if I would put a blanket on the speaker? That was the bridge pickup in the single coil mode. Now let's try it with the humbucker. Alright, the next mod, the 3-way coil split. This one will work with any Fusion-II guitar, and here's the idea behind it. If we take a 4-conductor humbucker and connect its white and red wires to the ground, that will disable one of the coils, and this is what the coil split switch of the Fusion-II does. Now on the other hand, if we connect the red and white wires to the hot lead, that will disable the other coil, and this is what we want to achieve. For this mod we're gonna need a 3-way double pole double throw switch. Sometimes it's also called an on-off-on switch because it doesn't do anything in the middle position. Again, I wouldn't recommend buying it from music gear retailers for this price because you can get 10 switches for $10 from Amazon or 5 switches for $3 on eBay. As always, links below. Alright, here's the wiring diagram, let's clean it up a bit and only keep stuff we need for this mod. After replacing the original switch with the new one, I will run 2 wires connecting humbuckers hot leads with terminals on the switch. In the middle position we'll have humbuckers, when the red and white wires are connected to the ground we'll have outer coils, and with hot leads, inner coils. Okay, first I'll replace the original switch with a new one. Okay, the ground wire goes to the left side, neck on the bottom, bridge pickup here on top, and the same here, bridge on top, and neck on the bottom. Looks good. Okay, now we can finally listen to what those inner coils sound like. Very good. The next mod, the phase reverse switch, will work with any guitar that has 2 or 3 pickups. For this mod I will use a B500K push-pull pod that looks just like this. This time though, it does make sense to buy it from music gear retailers, even though these pods are more expensive. They just last longer than those you can find at Amazon or eBay. As always, links below. Okay, here's what we have so far. Let's get rid of everything we don't need, such as we can see clearly what's going on. The plan is I'm gonna rewire the middle pickup through the push-pull just like this, such as when you pull the volume knob, the phase of the middle pickup gets reversed. To replace the volume pod, I will need to take everything out again. I think that's it. It is a good idea to wire the pod before installing it, will make the job easier. Okay, now it's time to install it. Again, it is easier to solder while it is still outside of the guitar. Yeah, I think I can connect the middle pickup now. Okay, I'm done here, it's time to put it in. Just where it is supposed to be. Done! Let's listen! The final mod is the series parallel switch, and it will work with any guitar with 3 pickups. For this mod I will use another B500K push-pull pod just like the one we used in the previous mod. Usually I would also use something like this. This is the Fender Super Switch, but since the idea of this video is to keep the expenses as low as possible, instead of using this one, I will rewire the standard switch, which is already installed in the guitar. Yeah, it's gonna get messy and it's gonna get worse. So here's the plan. The negative leads of both humbuckers need to be connected to the push-pull pod, and don't forget to ground everything. The single coil needs to be rewired as well, and we'll need 2 more leads to connect the pickup switch. and a jumper, the green one. As I pull the tone knob, bridge and middle pickups will be connected in series. The next position will give me 2 humbuckers in parallel, connected in series with a single coil, and the other 3 positions will connect neck and middle pickups in series. Here we go again, the old tone pod has to go. So here's the negative lead, this part goes to the ground and this one goes to the push-pull. Negative leads have to be connected together. I'll do the same with ground wires. And that will do. Finish line, almost. And that's it. Now I really want to know what it sounds like. I found a mistake. Well, we've changed a couple of things, and negative leads are no longer connected to the ground, so the split switch shall be wired this way. That's an easy fix. Okay, now it should work. Alright, these were 4 Harley Benton Fusion-II mods. I have to tell you, I'm really digging the inner coil of the bridge humbucker. It kinda sounds slightly more transparent than the outer one. These 2 pickups sound pretty cool out of phase. And these 2 coils, in series and out of phase, can give you that Brian May tone. And what pickup combination sounded best to you? Let me know in the comments below. Wow, you've made it to the end of this video, and I'm very happy about that, because first I can say thanks, and second, not many people make it this far. It would be really great to hear back from you in the comments below, not necessarily about the topic of the video, but just, you know, to say hi, for example. If for some reason you like what I do here on this channel and want to support me, there's Patreon, I'll give you a link to that in the description below, and other than that, subscribe or don't subscribe, whatever you feel like. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video someday soon.